that's found is to lost, feathers to the frost. I pray your saints and statues can forgive you for it all. Broken as the bread, like all humankind. You cannot blame the victim for the gallows in her mind. The gallows in her mind.
The suicide rate among veterans is still alarmingly high.
One veteran every 65 minutes, 22 a day, commit suicide. A majority of them are aged 50 and above.
Instead of taking that option, if they could reach out to somebody, to anybody.
Daniel's note ended by saying, "This is not a suicide, but a mercy killing. I am free." For all the reasons he stated in that note, his parents want to ensure someone is listening.
Daniel's last mission has turned into our life's mission.
So where'd you get this?
My daughter had it made for me for Mother's Day. Of me and my son. Yep, this is the last picture we took together. James was a very energetic young man. From the time he was born, he was always quick. He came out quick. And he was a very friendly young man. He didn't have a belligerent bone in his body. He was really a lot like me and my oldest daughter. You know, we never say, well, we can't do it. We'll give it all we got, and if it fails, then we can say at least we tried. He joined to pay for college. You know, that was a way of him paying for his education. I anointed him and prayed over him before he left, and he hugged and kissed me, and he said, "Mom, I'm going to fight for my country."
They continue to live with the fact that when guns fall silent and the ceasefires are agreed upon, the wars live on in the minds of the men and the women who fought. And a killer stalks them that is more deadly than the enemies they once faced, as RT's Liz Wall reports.
Being in this environment is killing U.S. soldiers, but surprisingly, the biggest killers are not enemy combatants.
I unfortunately inhabit the demographic in the United States that kills itself pretty much more than any other out there.
For the second year in a row, more soldiers killed themselves than were killed in combat. 468 soldiers took their own lives in 2010.
It's important to realize they are not just a statistic. They are soldiers who have lived an entire life before their death. They were babies taking their first steps. They have sisters. They played softball as children and have mothers. The Army is combating suicide on every front possible, and this includes eliminating the stigma of getting help for soldiers and families. The Survivor Outreach Services is a program that provides a safe place that is dedicated to the aid of family members who have survived the death of a service member, whether it be combat-related or suicide.
VA's suicide hotline has been receiving about 10,000 calls a month from current and former service members. The number is 1-800-273-8255. Service members and veterans should push 1 for veteran services.